Hi, I'm Dr. Becca Height at Johnson Animal Clinic and here to talk to you a little bit about cat deworming.
All right, so Dr. Height, can all intestinal parasites be prevented?
Not all can be prevented, all can be treated, but in general, we're only preventing for roundworms and hookworms, just depending on your parasite control. Probably roundworms are going to be in most of your heartworm preventions.
And how does my cat get intestinal parasites?
So that is generally, depending on the parasite, going to be a fecal oral route. So if they've come from a shelter, they may have been cross-contaminated. If they were stray, they were outside, could have walked through stool that they microscopically would have picked up some parasites when they groomed. That can also happen from the mom, transplacentally. You also do have issues with tapeworms potentially if they've ingested a flea or if they're really good hunters and they're getting rodents, so they'll get them from that route.
Okay, and can my indoor cat still get intestinal parasites?
They can. It's much less common. We usually just recommend a fecal check every year on them just to be sure. Very unlikely if you're not bringing in other cats or kittens into the area, more so for outdoor kitties.
Okay, and then what can I do to prevent tapeworm?
So the biggest thing for tapeworms is to make sure we don't get fleas. So year-round flea prevention. If your cat's an outdoor cat and is a hunter like mine, then just routine deworming a couple times a year is beneficial. And just deworming, there's a product called Profender that you put on the back, and that gets your roundworms, your hookworms, and your tapes. So it's kind of handy to do that. And I usually recommend at least once a year for outdoor cats.
Okay, and is there medication to prevent my cat from getting intestinal parasites?
There are. So Brevecto Plus for cats is a 2-month product for heartworm, flea, and tick, and it also gets roundworms. The other topical product, Advantage Multi, gets heartworms, fleas, and roundworms as well. It also covers your ectoparasites like ear mites.
Okay, and then how can I keep my cat from passing on intestinal parasites to other pets in the household?
So the biggest thing is if you know your cat has been diagnosed with parasites to, while you're doing the dewormer, go ahead and separate them into a different litter box. If they haven't shared a litter box and there's less likely of a contamination, you're always safe to just treat everybody in the house if one comes up as a positive to one of the parasites listed. But if you can clean the litter box, wash your hands, make sure that they're kind of separated, that'll help.
And then last question, can any intestinal parasites be passed on to people?
So it is much less likely, especially in our country, that you have to worry about that. More so in dogs as well. Roundworms, hookworms, and giardia can potentially be zoonotic in high numbers. Those are not common things in an indoor cat, but if you have an immunocompromised or pregnant person, you have a child, probably not wanting them to clean the litter box, or if you do, wash your hands, much more likely in other countries.
All right. And then if I have more questions regarding cat deworming, what should I do?
Sure, just get on our website, which is johnsonanimalclinic.com or 502-456-2870.